I am in the home of Peter and Anne Matula, who live about an hour southeast of Machakos in central Kenya, in the dry, parched hills with beautiful views, and there's trees and a small river, and it's really an idyllic setting. The house is made of bricks, tin, corrugated roof, wooden beams, and some of the floor is cemented. It's very simple, but it's a very nice house, and Peter and Anne are pretty poor. And in England we have everything. We live in a throwaway society, and we're a bit extravagant. I might buy a new tea towel or a towel or a shirt and think, well, I don't need it. This one's old, but it's a bit worn. I could use it, but I'll give it away or throw it away. But no, I've got Peter and Anne, and it's not a throwaway society for me because I bring it all to Kenya. And this year I brought it in a special bag. This is an old bag my dad had when he was alive, and he was so clever he made handles for the bag. And now Peter is going to unload the bag, and we'll see what's in it. This is a skirt, and that was given to Peter's wife by my Auntie Marion. My auntie never buys anything cheap, and just as a note, Anne Matula is wearing a dress that my Auntie Marion gave her last year. And there's a sweatshirt, and Anne is thrilled to bits to wear these clothes in Kenya, because my auntie likes to give to charity, provided no one makes a load of money en route. My auntie was telling me of a charity program showing all the shops in England how people donate, and if a shop doesn't sell everything, auntie told me that program said that a van comes around, takes all the items that the shop doesn't sell, and the person who works for the van company, or that particular company, they buy all the goods from the charity shop and they're sent to Africa. And the importer, man or a woman, buys huge bales of clothing, and then they take it to a second-hand clothing market like in the suburbs of Nairobi, where people buy branded goods. And of course Tommy Hilfiger, Levi, Wrangler, they're sold for a higher cost, although they're sold cheaply, and the poor people do very well by buying expensive clothes at a very cheap price. But what my auntie didn't like was that someone down the chain was making a load of money by importing and distributing. Now this video is done to show you how you can bring presents to Africa and give them away personally. I once gave a pair of bathroom scales to a disabled lady sitting on the roadside in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and she was a beggar, but I turned her into a business because she could then raise money by charging people to weigh themselves. And Peter is putting in front of him all the clothes that I gave him man to man, and some of these shirts actually I have given him are brand new, but I've never got around to wearing them because I ended up buying other items which I preferred and realised I'd bought too many things. And we do actually consume more than we need in the rich West countries. And here I brought all this heap of clothing, and it's a great relief to leave it here because I can go home a lot lighter than I arrived. And I'm thrilled to bits that we've got quality items here which these people will use for years, and they will be very smartly dressed as a result of the likes of my auntie. And I got a friend called Leon, and his shoes, trousers and jackets and shirts exactly the same size that Peter is, but when Peter wears some of my clothing it does look a bit big on him. But they don't care over here, they're just very pleased that they are adequately clothed. And Peter and his wife, they know that they're clothed in quality, And as you can see from the video, that this year I brought mainly clothes. I could have brought some bed sheets and pillowcases, but they'll have to come another time because I was really overloaded with all this. And it's a real delight to see how generous my auntie has been with her fabulous clothes that have got years of wear left in them. And there's a whole pile of flannels here, and I don't know where I got those from. Well, they're going to have clean hands and faces for many years, these two, aren't they? Oh, there's an old pair of swimming trunks of mine. Speedo trunks. Peter says he does go swimming sometimes, so he's appreciated them. And from the aeroplanes, the flights, I bring in the complimentary comfort packs. Like this was given to me by British Airways. I've not opened it, but there's a shampoo, hand cream and toothpaste, toothbrush, towel, socks, and I give them to Peter. I think of Peter and his wife every day in England. I think, what can I give Peter? And we get bombarded by charity bags. I don't know, these charities think we can just fill a sack on average once a week. But Peter does appreciate these sacks because it's good for rubbish. Oh, and Matula, are you happy with all that lot? Have you ever been given so many clothes in one go in your life? Is this the first time you've ever been given all these clothes? Well, I've given Peter here an electric cable, adapter, extension lead, but he's got no electricity in his house at the moment. Maybe he'll use it in the future, or maybe he'll sell it. And he's now brought out some Oman Air complimentary items, soap and toothbrush and little pouches, and shower gel, which I brought from the hotel, because in the hotel, you see, I don't use their shampoo and soap, I use my own. And I brought some sachets of sugar. Great. And that's it. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Matula, what would you like to say to my auntie, myself, and to the likes of Leon?
Thank you. Me, I should appreciate you very much for what you have been doing for me and my wife Anne. Tell your aunt that my wife, she is very, very happy. And also, if you meet Leon, our Nick Chapman, tell them I also appreciate.
Okay, I'll certainly tell Nick Chapman and Leon that you've appreciated what you've been given. So this is Michael Turner at Turner's Travels with Peter and Anne Matula in Kenya, signing off for now. Hello, Matulas, can I come in please?
Yes, please.
We're doing a part 2 of the video because Peter didn't show everything that I'd given him because there was another bag. But they've got everything now, and you can see the volume that I brought from England to give to this family. And what's a bit special about this gift is there are some brand new Marks and Spencer shirts there, unopened. Now that's extravagance, isn't it? I've bought them, there's nothing wrong with them, but I preferred other shirts I've bought, and the extravagance can be somewhat redeemed by giving it all away. And the round tub on the table is a biscuit barrel which has been stuffed full of charity bags, because Peter told me they're very useful. And I've got a brand new BMW coffee cup there which is a bit big. I've never used it. I'm running out of space in my house, so I don't want to clutter it, so I'm going to enjoy in a self-centered way using Peter and his family to offload things that are superfluous to requirements. And they're a lovely family, and I just hope that I can continue helping Peter survive a life of poverty, because this is the first time he's come to his village in 2014. Because I forgot to say, it's because he told me the other day he didn't have the money for the Matatu fair. which is only about 350 shillings each way. 700 shillings, that's £5 return, which is a lot of money. Okay, Peter and your family, I'm going to say goodbye to you now. I'm going back to Nairobi, going to walk through the fields. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.